Tonight it's curtain up on a truly showbiz show.
If you lived in the North East in the 1980s, then you'd have shared your home with a host of faces forever linked to Tyne television.
Very happy 6th birthday to you today, with lots of love from your grandma and granddad and a big kiss from Freddie the dog.
But it was drama that truly allowed Tyne to show a part of North East history to the rest of the world.
They'll be looking to get half of that in. What's people like them doing round here?
Must be bloody millionaires.
Catherine Coxon's novels about the gritty reality of working life transformed for the screen.
It's not my fault, you twat.
Hannah! The O'Briens are at it again! Blue Murder!
My mother loved Catherine Cookson, as did the North East, you know, and she put the North East on the map right round the world.
Why do you think the Cookson dramas have always been so popular?
Escapism, I think, more than anything. You know, television nowadays is so very hard hitting right across the board, from the soaps to dramas, or violent or the heavy. It's a wonderful piece of escapism and just, you know, a way of dreaming for a little bit, you know. And that was all beautifully shot, you know.
And happy memories for you.
Great memories for me, yeah.
And happy memories too for the young actors who got their big break in the dramas. How many can you spot?
So I suggest the musicians start up and we dance.
Till death us do part. Remember?
Use your loaf. If Ma left, Ratcliffe would have you out the shop before tea time.
Get that defiant look off your face and bang the door if you dare.
With your help, of course.
And this very young Declan Donnelly went on, along with co-star Ant McPartland, to make the most of Tyne Teaser's live children's programming.
Oh, lads, sorry, I didn't see you. Oh.
Don't fumble with me.
Tyne Tease entertained a generation of children.
Get fresh!
Good morning, you lot. This is Get Fresh with
Charlotte Hindle
Gaz Top.
and the Vicious Boys.
Yeah! Well, perhaps I'll go and have a look, Gaz. I'll see you later.
All right, where are you going?
Yeah.
Get Fresh was a brilliant thing. It was administered by Tyne Television. It was managed by Tyne Television. We did them in Newcastle. We did one in Gosforth Park. Oh, the one we did at Gosforth Park. I got to work with one of my number one absolute heroes of all time, Professor Stanley Unwin. And of all the episodes of Get Fresh that I've got on VHS at home, that's the only one I don't have. You haven't got a copy, have you?
Well, as it happens, Gaz,
Morning, Gosford Park! Oh, what a crowd! Listen, Stanley, Professor Stanley Unwin, it's a great pleasure to have you here this morning. Thank you for coming.
Oh, well, greet you from the curriculum.
Hey, Tyne Tease, thank you very much for giving me Get Fresh. I know the audience enjoyed it, but I doubt they enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it.
Tyne Tease also made other huge hits for young audiences, including Ghost Train.
We've come to get my ghost train back!
With the help of the magic amulet, we'll get into the truck.
Razzmatazz.
I gotta tell you about this great show they got called Razzmatazz.
And Kappa 2.
What sort of life form are you?
I'm a cat. What do you think I am? A stick of rhubarb?
But for some, there was only one show in town.
Stand back, Superman!
Oh, yeah. That goes back rather a long way.
Don't wanna cause a ruckus, but behave a ruckus. But I've got a match for you. She makes them look like a bunch of fairies. She's got more bottle than your night. Hang about.
Look out. Super Gaz.
Gudrun Newell played the Gran who was zapped by a magic ray, leaving her with superpowers. The show won its star an army of young fans.
Well, I'm very grateful for it. I didn't recognise what was going on at the time. It was just a job like any other job. I was blessed by the fact that it was a children's programme, and the children were absolutely lovely. They really, really were lovely. And I didn't mean thousands of them, I suppose. There were an awful lot of children. They were wonderful, I have to say, and I blessed myself at being lucky to be a success in a children's programme as distinct from an adult's. I do like the northeast. Newcastle is nice. It really is nice, and we were Tyneside, which was even nicer because of the sea, and I like the sea. It was lovely.
But it was the stunts that tested both the crew and, of course, Super Gran herself.
You're not any old little granny anymore. You're amazing. Terrific.
I do remember the first sort of stunt and being very terrified, and of course this always happens with cameras and crews and things. Once you've done it, this was jumping out of I don't know what it was jumping out of, onto the ground, and then they all go away and you're left standing wondering what all that was about.
Super Gran was last on our screens more than 30 years ago, when Gudrun was already in her 50s.
Who wants a frail old normal granny when I can be a super strong, supersonic super gran?
Of course, we're too polite to ask a lady her age.
I think I might even tell you, 92.
Well, perhaps some of those powers are still going strong in the nation's favourite crime-fighting Gran.
Fingers crossed for you. Here's the puzzle. 10 clues, 60 seconds. Choose a clue. One across, please, Tom.
Tyne Tees was also the home of the game show.
Yes!
Crosswits was filmed at our former City Road studios in Newcastle, sharing the site with another favourite brain teaser.
It was my first ever game show, following Jeremy Beadle, and I was 24, maybe, really young. I love Newcastle, so I've worked there a lot, lots of TV. I did Chainers, I did Kappa 2. Tyne Tees had guaranteed airtime for children's and evening, and they went, we're putting this show in, and that's what's going to happen. I've been living in LA for 8 years, and it couldn't be more opposite. Where in LA, there's a gap between who you are and what you present to the world. Well, that doesn't exist in the Northeast. And I adored it.
Here we go, and cue applause.
47 years of broadcasting from Newcastle City Road ended in 2005 when we moved to new studios in Gateshead. Now our old home is still there, but different. Presenters who once worked at Tyne Tees before heading elsewhere are still keen to say happy birthday.
Happy 60th, Tyne Tees. Did you get it wrong this time?
No.
Happy
60th. Oh, no.
Well, eventually.
Happy 60th, Tyne Tees.
A proud and rich history of being at the very heart of the region. Rachel Bullock, ITV News.